Makers. I'm Umbrella.
I was doing the same thing. I'm Yukita Cosplay.
I'm TJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Get your wands ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, we have a lot of things going on. And speaking of which, I think Yukita's tossing her wand down there. The SFU says hello. Hey to say hello. Yes, you are the first one. And Jeremy says hello, everyone. We have our Jeremy Vander wand.
Jeremy Vanders, makers of beautiful wands since last year. Ooh,
Okay.
I have scissors.
Suiting, very suiting. You make magic with those, though. So.
Absolutely, she does.
So this weekend we have Victoria Fan Fest down in Victoria, Texas, which is where I will be. I will have my tags. So make sure if you see me down there to grab my tags as well as the Magic Making Mischief tags. I have both of them. I will either be a Rivendell elf on Saturday and Galadriel on Sunday, or you shall see me like this, one of the two. So we shall see. It's all kind of chaos right now going on as things get ready, but we shall be down there in Victoria, Texas this weekend. Do not miss it. Get your tickets today. It should be tons of fun. There's lots of guests. I've already sent out a video on who all is going to be there. I will send out another one probably in a day or so. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Blind OZB says I actually started making some wands this week. Oh, fun.
Wonderful.
Oh,
See how they look.
Wonderful.
Do you guys have anything to add to that? Anything going on? I know, Yukita, you went to
went to Bell County. That was fun. I went because Sean Astin was supposed to be there. LOL, he canceled last minute. So it's okay. But went and was
so far no one's gotten to meet Samwise Gamgee.
I wanted to bring him a potato, but
Aww.
to the Shire instead. Whatever, it's fine. But somebody said that I looked like Mother Nature, but you know what? Sure. Me too.
You look cute. I saw the pictures.
Thank you. So I got to watch the cosplay contest and not participate in it for once, which was great. And I loved it. And everybody who participated in it did a fantastic job, especially those who placed. Kudos to y'all. I'm so proud of you. Remember, you can do the thing even if the thing doesn't want to be done, if that makes sense. Yes.
Be yourself.
Yes. Have fun.
And have fun with it. Yep.
Absolutely.
Zombie, do you have anything you need to add for this coming weeks? Anything coming up?
I
and you have Nostalgic Con, Yukita, on the 20.
So sorry to my headphones users. I got really excited. But yes, I will be going to Nostalgic Con. Oh my goodness. So real quick, on Instagram, they gave a little raffle to people to put their comments, their name, and someone was going to be picked for season pass. Didn't expect me to be the winner of that season pass for the year. So here I am winning something for once. It's crazy. And I will be there, Solo Hubs, and I will be Scary Spice. And also, I'm not going to be your basic average girl, but I won't be here to save the world. If you know, you know. Those are your things going to be on Sunday. There you go.
Nice.
So you've had a good year.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeremy says his ears are probably still ringing.
Pisky. There you go.
Okay, so Mumby, what do you got going on?
No Comic Cons, but I do have one event coming up at the Juncture, which is a new family-friendly arcade that has opened up, and they're doing an 80s singo night, like bingo, but with songs. So 80 themed, and costumes are encouraged, guys. So I got info on my Facebook. Y'all come out and join me. Yes, 80s it up. Girls just want to have fun. Let's go.
Or
yes, it's like karaoke and bingo mixed together. Yes,
I honestly do that all the time at work anyway. So I want to do it.
So I don't know if it knew.
It is August 22nd, Friday night. So yeah. Oh, they also have a ramen bar here, like a self-serve ramen bar where they have a bunch of different stuff you can mix together and have a nice little snack there too. So that's a plus. Yeah,
deliciousness.
Awesome. Yeah. So today our special guest is Rumplestiltseam. So welcome. We're happy to have you here today.
Happy to be here.
Yay! So she's a cosplayer, and also I've seen your cosplays, and they are actually very elaborate, and I love the pictures that you sent me.
Thank you
for the videos. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
So, is there any one in particular that you? Or should I just start with the most recent one, like the big white fluffy?
I was like the swirly one, the one
The
where you're
swirly one.
ice cream.
Gotcha.
Hold on. Let me.
Are you gonna try to get a picture up there?
Yes.
I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna
Yes.
Oh my
this is on
gosh.
Instagram. Give me a second.
No, Rumplestiltseam is awesome. She is like
Oh my
epically
goodness.
amazing with the costumes
And-
that she creates, not to mention the skills she puts into it. My dudes.
Now, I need to
Well,
ask.
it's not
Do
with
you
ballet,
hand make
too.
these?
Do what? Oh yes, sorry. I heard Penny make these. I'm like, no, that doesn't. That's
you
not a word.
hand make
I hand make. Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
This is
At this point, I do make, if not 100% myself, like 99%. I have been sewing since I was 14, so I've been sewing for over 12 years. So I've worked my way up to various different amounts of skills, including leatherworking, wig making, shoe making.
Wow.
It's kind of one of those things, like the longer you like make things, you just pick up skills along the way. Or if you're specifically looking to pick up skills to challenge yourself, it's kind of one of those things too. But yeah,
Okay.
no. So this one,
I'm getting First
this one,
Revolution here.
It's giving let them eat ice cream or soft serve.
Yeah, that's her name, Soft Serve Ice Cream. If you're unfamiliar with a art illustrator called Sakizo Illustrations, they make a lot of humanized versions of like food or fruits, things like that. Specifically food, that's the one that this one's from. But it's basically a humanized version of ice cream.
Nice.
And I believe she took me 2 months to make. If you, the one with the side by sides, you can see like the actual picture of the artwork with the costume. It's
Right here.
Oh, one more, or you could do the
Right.
one more.
Oh,
There,
this
there.
one down here with the art
Oh,
next
right
to
here.
you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that
there
one.
you
Yeah. So you see the picture on the
Oh,
right. That's the
wow.
artwork.
So you drew that, or
I did not. It's from an illustrator called Sakizo Illustrator. So they make like art zines or art books of different designs based on foods. This one's from a book called Girls Meet Sweets. So as soft serve sweets. Yeah, I made that in 2 months. I regret. I regret. For like the last month of working, I'm telling myself I did the thing I tell people not to do, and that's like crunch, because I underestimated how much work needed to go into this, and I was up at 7 a.m. and went to bed at 2 a.m. every single day for the whole month of May.
Oh my goodness.
and working a day job, coming home.
Oh gosh.
Like 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. and getting up and going back all over again back to work.
Oh wow, you love torture.
I do. Yeah, I learned my lesson there. So, but she was worth it because I competed with her at Fan Expo for the, I think it's Masters of Cosplay Championship, and I won Best of Show, so I get to represent.
As you should. As you should.
I get to represent Texas and Florida next year at MegaCon to go for the big prize.
Oh,
So
awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my
Yay,
goodness.
congratulations.
Miku
Oh
as
my goodness.
well. Her Miku. Oh my goodness. Did y'all know she also
Yes.
does ballet?
yes, I was a
Wow.
professional dancer for 8 years until I injured my foot and
Womp
had
womp.
to retire. Yep.
The playground is one of my favorite comfy cosplays you have.
Yes, the rat. We do
Yes.
love the rat.
it looks comfy.
Nice. So
It
fun.
is comfy. It's made
so
out of towel material, so
I
I'm basically
love
wearing a
Right.
big towel. Yeah, it's very comfy.
Nice. Now, did you make the wigs for these ones that we've seen too?
Yes. So some of those were made, some of those were styled. Like the picture on the far right of the 3 pictures there, that one is a hard shell wig, so I did have to make that one, but the other 2 are just styled wigs. So they're a little softer.
Can you tell us about the other 2 too, or tell us about all 3 of those
Yeah. So like wig styling or just in general?
in general?
In general. So Sailor Saturn is, I think, my 9th or 10th Sailor Scout that I've made. I started with like crossovers. My first Sailor Fuku that I made was Sailor Snow White. And then I made a few other ones for like commissions because I don't know why, but in like 2018, that was a big thing in the cosplay scene, was to do like crossover Sailor Moon artwork and, you know, cosplays. So I made a bunch of those, and then I made Sailor Neptune in 2019, and then I made Sailor Moon in 2020 or 2021, and then I made Sailor Saturn because we were going to do like a big group. Sadly, it did not happen, but I had Saturn. I sold her. And one of my friends still has Sailor Pluto. So we'll get there eventually. Zelda,
Oops, sorry.
the one in the middle. She was made for Anime Fest. One of my favorite costumes to wear. Very comfy. She's made out of all linen, which is a cotton material that's 100% breathable, so I can wear her any time of the year, and I am not dying. The pieces on the front are 3D printed, and they are painted to look like stone. They are not stone.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. The tabard on the front is a little heavy because it is all plastic. I mean, okay, so the rocks across the top of that costume are actually rocks. I bought beads that were made out of like quartz crystals or something. But the designs down the front are painted. And then Shadowheart on the far right was made on a whim in 2 weeks last year because I have a friend that wanted to go meet Neil Newbin, the voice of Astaria, and I was like, I need to have something to wear to stand in line with you for 6 hours.
That part.
Wait a minute, you made that in
Yeah, made that in 2 weeks, and was like, all right, let's go stand in line at Fan Expo for 6 hours.
The commitment is so.
And so, yeah.
When do you sleep?
No.
That's the thing. You don't.
Yeah,
Like
when you're dead.
when you're dead. When you're deceased.
There you
That's
go.
usually my answer. Like, yes, I'll have plenty of time later, much later.
So these costumes, this is actually the original iteration. We are remaking some elements of it that we were not happy with in these versions, but these costumes are going to be taken to YumaCon, which is a convention in Detroit, Michigan. I can't speak. It's going to be Halloween weekend this year, but we're going to go and compete there in those for an international qualifier called International Cosplay League, which is a competition for single entries and duo entries. So obviously we're a duo. And if we win that qualifier, we get to go to Spain the following year to try and win like the big banana. So
they give Volturi vibes.
Yeah. Yes. So they're
that's cool.
French Revolution era executioners, and that's all I can say on that because it's not PG. It's not G or PG. So well,
gotcha. So here's a question. So you've been doing this for about 12 years now, you said. How did you start competing in the first place?
I started competing in 2016 because I missed going on stage because I was a professional dancer and then I needed an outlet. So I started cosplaying in 2012 and found out about competitions, watched a few, saw skits specifically, and was like, that's cool. I want to do that because I get to go on stage and perform with like very little to no stakes just for fun. Sign me up. So literally. So that's how I started, was doing skits, and then moved more into the craftsmanship side of things, which would be like walk-ons, because I wanted to focus more on that aspect since I already have a performance background. I was like, well, let's try something new. And then now I kind of flip-flop between the two or combine the two if there's a contest that allows for both.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I'll knock out some of these comments. The blind SOB went to this Harry Potter thing.
Oh, was it good?
He said there were lots of wand wars at the local coffee shop. He also said we'll have a video up later, but there was lots of fun all over our downtown area celebrating Harry's birthday.
Nice.
There, hey Marissa, and she said heart. So yeah, looks like they had fun. So where do you get your ideas? Because these are very elaborate costumes, and the fact that you make them in such short time, like, blows my mind.
So I started out, and it's still kind of my bread and butter. If you just look overall at the things that I make, would be original designs. So I'm a very imaginative person, but I'm not very imaginative as far as like putting thoughts onto paper to draw, even though I can draw. I have an animation degree. Go figure.
Okay.
Go figure.
Okay.
So
Wait,
I'll find.
you have an animation degree and you can't draw these costumes?
You know,
I will say I think I got burned out in school is probably what it was. So I'm like, I don't want to touch. Yeah. But also, I started cosplaying before I went to college. So I started cosplaying original designs from other people before I even got a degree. So I kind of I'm like, hey, work smarter, not harder. If somebody else has already drawn it, why should I?
honestly, okay,
just-
like big brains.
Yeah, just go with what's already there. So I primarily do original designs, which would be original takes on existing intellectual property or existing IP. I'm trying to think of like Sailor Snow White, for example. There's tons of Sailor Snow Whites out there, like artwork wise. I'm trying to think of a specific artist. I can visualize the art, but I can't remember the artist's name. But yeah, and then if there is something that exists, I will like Zelda, for example. If there's something from an existing IP with a canon design that I'm interested in, I'll make that. But generally speaking, I do focus a lot more on original designs because they're more visually interesting.
Yeah, I'm not an artist as far as drawing either, so that's something I've always really struggled with. I love the crossovers and stuff, but I have to find I have to find inspiration also elsewhere other than drawing it out. 'Cause some of my sketches I've tried, I can't draw a stick man. Let's just say where people can tell it's a stick man.
100%. I understand.
I have the opposite problem. I can draw it, ordering it offline. So yeah, what you put together is what's blowing my mind. So, and how fast you put it together, like,
Oh yeah,
I would, yeah. Me and Robin have issues in the sewing machines, so I used to bribe people in my sewing class to put it on there for me. I mean, that's how bad I am at it. So
the amount of follow through though,
so I can't see it. So
Yeah.
So the fact
the
that
amount of follow through you have to your projects though is amazing.
That stuff, it blows my mind, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
So I think
that's actually how I got my cosplay name. Was I was sharing something I was working on, and it was like 2 days after I started. I was already halfway done or something, and a friend commented, they were like, "Oh my gosh, you spit out costumes like Rumplestiltseam spins out gold." I was like. And thus the name was born. It's a play on Rumpelstiltskin, obviously.
I love it. And
it's easy to find online that way. I will say that.
Yeah,
it makes you really easy to find.
Yes, as far as I know, I'm the only one with that name. So
that, and then the nickname of Rumple.
Yes,
yes.
Again, I don't remember when that started. People just started calling me that. I'm like, okay, sure.
It relates.
So, do you have any idea how many cosplays you've done since you started really doing it?
That's a good question.
A lot.
So maybe
quite
in
a few.
50 to 100?
Yeah, I would say probably closer to 50. Like, I guess the question is, are we counting things I've made or costumes overall? Because I do also thrift flip.
Okay, so overall, and then ones that you made. So 2 separate questions.
Oh, like made? Probably closer to between the 30 and 50 range, because making things is expensive, and I'm not Bruce Wayne. I don't have Bruce Wayne money.
You don't have a Batcave? Really?
So yeah, I know.
Or Butler
well,
either.
I guess there's an easier way to pre-COVID, I would generally make about 5 costumes a year, because that's how many times I would compete, because at the time that was affordable to do.
So,
yeah, I'm crazy.
You would make a costume for each cosplay contest.
Yes.
That brings up a question before we stray too far from that question. That brings up a question we were talking about before the podcast regarding sandbagging.
Ah, yes.
Educate.
Yes.
Explain what that is, and because that you had a separate costume for each cosplay, not something you have to do. But can you explain what that is to those who are watching?
Gotcha. So I'll try to give the TLDR version. Essentially, this was a problem that we had pre-pandemic and now we're having again because people have forgotten the old ways. So now we must dust off the tomes of ancient knowledge. Dust just, and they're gone. Exactly like that. So sandbagging, the very basic terminology of sandbagging is if you take a costume and you win a major award, which that means best in show or a best of category. So if you win like best novice, best journeyman, best masters, that's a major award. You win best in show, that's a major award. So if you win something like that in a costume, if you turn around and re-enter it in another competition and do not disclose your win, that's called sandbagging. That is called cheating. That is unfair. Another version of sandbagging is, let's say I entered Comicpalooza and I win with whatever I enter. If I turn around and enter that costume that I won at Comicpalooza, which has a competition entrant like cap of like 100 people, turn around and enter it into a contest like Delta H-Con, which has a maximum 30 or 40 people in it, that's also considered sandbagging because you're competing down. Another equivalent would be like, in a sports analogy that someone shared on Instagram, is if I'm a college level athlete and I just won like the World Series version of whatever college level tournament that I'm in, and I go to a high school and I just absolutely like mow over all the high schoolers.
Gotcha.
That would be sandbagging. Because there's recently been a little bit of an issue with certain contests with the way that their rules are written that are allowing people to do this, and some of the people doing it don't know what they're doing is optically bad because it's sandbagging.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, it's not a rule that was just made up to inhibit people from entering contests. This is actually based on guidelines from the ICG, which is where literally every single rule set in existence, even for the Crown Championships and different international level competitions, are like generated from. So it's not something we're all just making up to be like, you can't do it. Like, no, like, it's literally a thing. It's sportsmanship to sportsmanship to make it fair for everyone, so everyone has a good time. Because cosplay and competitions, first and foremost, should be fun. They're not that serious. Like, you should be having fun.
Geek Cred says costume contests, politics make my brain hurt at times.
Yeah,
they do. They should be fun. They're supposed to be. But when people come in and cheat, it makes it not fun for everybody.
No.
And I don't know that like someone who's never won a competition would have thought of that as cheating. So I mean, I get that there's an ignorance there. I wouldn't have known it. There's
also people that, like, say they're from an area that only has one con every year, because that happens in other states and other like counties or whatever, other cities. So they win there, they don't think anything of it, and they take it somewhere else because they don't know. So it's one of those, like, try to take the time and educate people and not shame them over it if they don't know. Like, try and save that pushiness for like conventions or coordinators that know what they're doing is going to cause an inflammatory response in allowing it to happen. And, like, you know, the saying, bully corporations kind of thing, like, don't bully them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, save the pushiness for people that are actually in charge that can make a change to help enforce rules.
Very much
I know we're getting closer to the end here, but a quick addition to that one. So if someone were to update their cosplay that they had one with, would that be an exception to the sandbagging?
Actually, yeah. Again, according to the ICG guidelines, let's say you win something at Comicpalooza. If you want to take it to a Crown Championship, if you make modifications to it, you can take it there and enter, and that's not considered sandbagging because you are competing up. So
I learned a thing because I had a question about it too. So that's perfect.
If you come from a smaller town, can you just let them know when you sign up, hey, I just won this at my little rinky-dink thing. Is it okay if I enter?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so going up is different than going.
Yeah, going up is different than going down.
Good Chris says, or helping your kid enter, and they have the same rigid rules for minors.
So kids contests are very interesting because most of the time the parents make the costumes, if that makes sense. So there's a very gray area on how to handle things because you're judging the kid, but you're also judging the parents' work. So they have to have weird the guidelines, if that makes sense, because unless the kid's actually doing the work, which does happen sometimes, but for the most part, kids' costume contests, it's the parents making the costume.
And
So
the
they're
kids
like,
can be fun. I mean, they really should.
yeah, and the kids are just there for fun. So they're like,
Yeah, they should honestly just be for fun. We have a few minutes left. So what advice would you give to somebody who wants to get into cosplaying?
Start with closet cosplay. That's a
Closet cosplay, yes.
tongue twister. Yeah. Closet cosplay and thrift flips. Because in this economy,
That part.
street clothes can be turned into just about anything. There's so much existing intellectual property out there that has street clothes as their wardrobe. All you gotta do maybe would be buy a wig if you don't have the hair that matches whatever you're trying to do. If you want to get into making things yourself and aren't sure where to get, a teacher from, you can find resources on YouTube now. You can find cosplayers on Instagram that have courses. Professor Pincushion was my go-to when I was self-teaching myself at the ripe age of 14. So there's a ton of resources out there now.
Very cool. I know, I have very creative friends here who came up with Merida's my cosplay person I like to do. So I have a Merida, and then one year we went to Purgatory Scream Park, and they're like, well, let's turn them into zombies. So I have a zombie Merida, and then they're like, let's do 1950 rockabilly princesses. So I have a rockabilly princess Merida. So there's variations that you can do. With
Exactly. And if you get a wig that you maintain, like for one character like that, you can just be that character indefinitely. Just put a new spin on it. Because again, cosplay is supposed to be about fun. It's not that serious. Just do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Mix and match your things.
Exactly.
I have a
I
woodland
love
elf,
crossover cosplays.
and I use the same wig that I use for that for my Rivendell elf. It doesn't necessarily have to be the long black wig for my Rivendell elf. I'm just a Rivendell elf.
Exactly.
I've used my own hair for Sailor Mars because I didn't feel like wearing the wig.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have an aversion to wigs, so if I can use my own hair for anything, I will.
Good, actually.
You should cosplay Daredevil.
Please, yes.
Please, and thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Also
yes.
accurate because actual blindness. So
Yes. Okay.
So we have just a few minutes left. We wanted to thank you for coming on. And we really appreciate your words of wisdom there and sharing that information for us regarding sandbagging, what it is and how to avoid it. I really appreciate that. But thank you for coming on and sharing your wonderful works of art. It was amazing. To learn more about Rumple, you can go to her Instagram, and I believe she's actually on TikTok as well. I keep trying to follow her, but every time I do, TikTok keeps telling me you're not allowed to follow more. They keep slapping my hand. Eventually, I will get over there and follow you. But she is on Instagram at, listen carefully, RUMPLESTILT_SEAM. I do know she's on TikTok. Just literally look up Rumplestiltseam. And you need to find her. Next week we have Southeast Texas Ghostbusters.
yay! Because who you gonna call?
In the meantime, Mombi, everybody get your wands ready because Mommy's going to be taking us out.
Oh, real quick before we go though, do you have any events coming up that you want to share out that you'll be at coming up real soon?
I'm going to be at San Japan, Labor Day weekend in San Antonio. I have a lot. I'm going to be at OniCon in Galveston, October 10th through the 12th. Going to be at UmaCon in Detroit, like I mentioned, Halloween weekend. And then I'm going to be at Anime Frontier in Dallas. I don't remember the date for that, but it's the second weekend of December. So.
And make sure to come out to Victoria Fan Fest, where I will be this weekend in Victoria, Texas.
All right, guys, smash that thumbs up real quick before you go. Make sure you share this out, and you're subscribed to CJ Peterson on YouTube and TikTok, as well as Mombirilla and Yukita Cosplay on the Instagrams, as well as follow them geeks on YouTube. And of course, definitely check out Rumple's awesome cosplays, guys. You don't want to miss this. They're amazing. Thank you so much again for being with us. And till next time, guys, mischief manage.